This is my review of the Andoer Softboxes. So as you can see, I have got a set here and I've ordered these because I do a lot of filming and photography work. So I wanted something that would enable me to create a really nice soft look with a very high quality softbox. These Andoer Softboxes have absolutely transformed the way that I shoot video and photo. So just to give you an idea of the build quality of these things, this is how it all goes together. You've got a very simple Velcro on soft sort of box on the front. You can see it clips off here and Velcros on here. I'll show you the inside in just a second. So to give you an idea of the build quality of this, it is very strong and actually quite thick fabric. And I've never had any issues with ripping or tearing on these, especially when you're moving it around a lot. So to give you an idea of what sort of the mechanics look like on the back, you obviously have two settings here, two screws. So this one, if you screw it, will allow us to change the angle of the softbox like this, and obviously it can go all the way back like that, so it does go quite a way back. So I've put that back 90 degrees and just to give you an idea of the build quality of this is actually quite a tight screw. So once you've screwed it up tightly, there isn't any chance of this slipping down, and as you heard from when I turned it, it's actually got these little teeth in it, so it will notch in, so there's no chance of this over time sliding down as well. So you don't actually need to get any attachments. You can have a full 360, because with this, if you unscrew this slightly, we can actually spin this around as well. So you can see the stand is staying still, and then the softbox is actually pivoting around the stand. So depending on how you've got things set up or where you need to be shooting, you can just pivot and then screw this up. So just to give you an idea of a closer up view, it just screws into this metal bit here, and this all comes in one big thing. So in fact, what happens is this all collapses down into one, and I'll show you the inside now. So I've taken the Velcro off. You've got one on the top, each side, and then on the bottom. So I'm not going to take the whole thing off, but inside you have the bulb. So I wanted to give you an idea of how this all goes together. Essentially, this whole thing, this whole wing will collapse down, and then the bulb will screw in and hold it open. So it can actually pack up very, very small, and it does come with a very neat little carrying case. So that gives you an idea of everything inside. And obviously the bulb is multicolor adjustable, so we can go from different Kelvin, so different temperature adjustable. So you can go from very, very cold light to a very, very warm light, and then white is obviously in between. And then with its reflective paneling inside, there is no light lost or absorbed within, and everything is shone back out. And as you can see, the softbox material is just translucent enough to let the light through while also dispersing it. And it does come folded up, but you don't have any issues with the fact that this is creased or folded at all. It just, these creases will fade over time. So I've just turned off the main lights in this room just to give you an idea of how bright these things go. Now they do actually come with a remote, so very simple, if we point the remote and we just click on, that's how bright everything goes. Now everything in the background has gone completely black because I've turned this on. So I'll put this up to 100% brightness just to give you an idea. I will actually show you what this looks like in just a second. Now just to take you through the remote, we actually have on, off button which you can point and turn the softbox on. So if you use these buttons here, you can increase the brightness and decrease the brightness. So if I press down and hold, you can see everything's getting slightly dimmer because I've decreased the brightness of the softbox. Again, if I press and hold and turn it up, we can have even brighter. Then you have your color temperature, so we can go really, really warm by pushing it that way. And just to give you an idea of what that looks, versus if we then turn it all the other way, we go really, really cold. So it's really good depending on if you want to change the white balance on your camera or you want to use the softboxes. This button here will automatically set it to the lowest brightness. You also have preset brightnesses, 20%, 50%, and 100%. And as you can see, if you click it, it's very, very quick and responsive to change. Again, you've also got presets for warm, which is very much instant, cold, and then white, and you can see just how quickly the color changes. So these remotes are excellent. They actually come without batteries, so you do need AAA batteries to operate the remotes. But if you're sitting there filming and you're trying to film yourself, these remotes are very useful because you can just adjust the color temperature on the fly. The other thing that I love about these light boxes is you can make them go really high. So you've got one screw down here and then another one right at the bottom. So this one is now fully extended, but I'll show you just how high this one goes. So I've fully extended that one now, and I'll just screw that up. So to give you an idea of the height of how high these things can go, fully extended, we're looking at roughly 75 inches. So just over 6 feet tall at its maximum length. Now I wanted to give you a quick before comparison of what the shot looks like with just the up lights in this room without actually using the softboxes. Now this is to give you an idea of what these things look like turned on, and this is at 50% brightness on each. I haven't even adjusted the exposure on the camera. This is directly out without even setting anything up. So you can very clearly see how quickly these things can transform your shot. So I've got them set up where I have one here and I've got another one here. You can obviously set them up however you like them, but I'll give you some examples of what the shot looks like with a real camera set up as well. The other thing which I didn't mention is it actually has this switch, which if I click it, I can turn the light on and off here at the switch if I needed to. To give you an idea of the length of the cable, these are maximum extended and it runs all the way down here, all the way to that plug over there. So you don't actually need an extension lead if you don't want one, but that gives you an idea of how far they reach. And this one is at maximum height, so that gives you an idea of how far you can actually set these things up.